Old school Louisville boy like Reese Gaines. I know we were cool back then, but things changed. Your chick give me brain, my chicken's free range. Reporting live from the 5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Crack Paddles podcast, episode 24, I believe.
It is.
Kevin, I am Alex Crum, alongside my co-host,
Kevin Dong.
Kevin Dong, the Dong Master. We're happy to be here with you guys. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about my knee, how I'm progressing. Had surgery a little 11 days ago. Talk a little bit about the Palm Springs Masters PPA tournament that just finished up this week. We'll talk a little bit about the state of pro pickleball in general. There's been some rumblings that APP's in trouble. Where do they go from here? What does the overall landscape look like? And we'll talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions as well. All right, Kevin, how are you?
Doing good. Just, going along with that New Year resolutions. Just finished up a Chinese lesson with a Chinese tutor. So she lives in Beijing. So it's very, we're going straight to a native teacher. So, my brain, if I accidentally start speaking the wrong language, just let me know. Just stop me early.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Again, most people in other countries speak multiple languages. The only place they don't is in America. You can set yourself up for success, especially if you're able to master Mandarin, then you're a better man than I. But
honestly, it's not even about like success for business or pickleball or whatever. Like for the most part, yeah. Like I'm 30 years old now. It's like, all right, like I would like to have that piece of my cultural background and like be able to communicate with my cousins and grandparents and stuff. And we're about to go there and for our honeymoon to China. So, hell yeah. It's gonna be a good trip, but I want to be able to like go to the
function.
Exactly, function on my own, not need someone or use a translation app the entire time. And but it is really, really freaking hard. Like,
I'm sure.
Yeah. So before we get into the pickleball stuff, one example, like Chinese or Mandarin is like a tonal language. So like the same phonetic spelling with different tones can mean different words. Even with the same tone, it can mean different words. But mai means to buy, but mai means to sell. Does that sound the same to you? My. Those are literally the opposite meanings.
Yeah, well, one is very stern. So it's definitely different.
Okay, so anyway, that's just a little window into my recent New Year resolution progress. But anyway.
Well, I think it's pretty cool, Kevin. My problem, I feel like with Mandarin, amongst other things, would be like writing. I feel like each word would take me 5 minutes. Like,
yeah,
like I'm a horrible like my penmanship isn't great, and so I feel like nobody would be able to see what I was writing.
Well, fortunately, you can type a lot of things nowadays, so you don't have to handwrite it. But
okay.
But yeah, no, I'm focusing on reading. I'm focusing on speaking and listening. Writing will be like after the trip, and we're not gonna worry about that yet.
Sounds good, Kev. Anyway, all right. Well, I'll talk a little bit about my knee, which is coming along nicely, I think. So I had surgery on January 8th, which is what? About 10, 11 days ago. 11 days ago. Pretty easy process overall. I had a meniscectomy, which basically they go in there, they remove the part of the meniscus that is torn. I also had some like cartilage floating around in there, so they got rid of that as well. The procedure itself was super easy. I mean, the hardest part about the entire ordeal was I had to wake up at 4 a.m. and be at surgery at like 5:30 and with no caffeine. So I'm a very big caffeine guy. Normally I start my day with a 5-hour energy, which I wouldn't recommend. But I need caffeine to function early in the morning. And that was like the hardest part about the whole thing.
Were you allowed to like eat the day before and stuff?
I ate the day before, and like I even drank water in the morning. I don't know. They say like you can get sick, but it's not like this was like a 20-minute procedure. So,
gotcha.
They were like, "Do you have any aversion to anesthesia?" And I was like, "Buddy, I haven't had caffeine today. I'll probably pass out in 2 seconds," which I did. Again, I was able to walk right away. Kind of like a very ginger, like slothy walk, but I was able to walk right away. I had the bandage on there for 3 or 4 days, took the bandage off. I still have the stitches in, but I'm not even like putting a Band-Aid on it anymore. Been doing PT. I've had like
You've been
4
falling down the
sessions.
stairs.
Yeah, I did fall. Yeah, I did fall down the stairs, which I thought was like could have been, which is on me. Okay, this was like last week. I was double fisting a bowl of Chex Mix and a slice of a Tombstone pizza, and
The
like
classic double fisting items.
yeah, then the lights were off, and like literally as I took my first step, I was like, "This is stupid," and then like literally just on my tuchus down like 11 flights of steps, and I was like so mad. I like screamed. My parents, I think, thought that I died, but luckily, like nothing crazy happened to the knees. So, I mean, I have full range of motion. I'm not limping. I have PT again tomorrow. I'm hopeful to be hitting balls. I don't know, maybe this week. I don't really want to hit while I still have the stitches in, but the PT guy said that maybe that he'll take them out tomorrow or this week. So I don't know. It's all about kind of regaining strength. I'm not really at risk for like, I don't think re-injury per se, but it's just you want the other muscles to be strong enough before you start playing. But I feel good. Like I don't know. We'll see how I feel a week from now, but my hope is to be able to start hitting balls within a couple weeks, and then yeah, I mean I'm moving to Florida next Friday, so excited to get back on the courts. But yeah, I'm happy that I did it. It was expensive. It's been annoying to be on the sidelines, but you know, I feel like I'm getting there. You know, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. So
I feel like for a long time it's been like, okay, got the injury, we're gonna do something about it eventually. Now we're getting the progress. We're going through the progressions. You're seeing the next side of it. So hopefully, stage by stage, you get back to the courts.
right, it's going to be soon, and I don't know. I'm targeting maybe the Challenger, PPA Challenger in Houston as my return.
Mid-February.
Yeah, it's like the 19th of February.
Nice.
That's like would be potentially and good to play the Challenger. My aunt and uncle live there. Like Mesa is 4 or 5 days before that. Just might be pushing it a little bit. And also, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do. But yeah, everything's going well. Appreciate everybody who's reached out. And I'm just excited to get back out there and get back to work.
Love it.
All right.
Awesome.
We can talk a little bit. Last week, you had the Masters out there in Palm Springs. Super cool tournament. Super bummed that I wasn't there. Just, again, I have like 80% of my wardrobe is like white tennis apparel because of my job. So like there was never a tournament that would have fitted me better as far as what my wardrobe looks like, but I thought it was fun. I mean, I've literally been doing nothing but sitting around, so I watched a great deal of it. Venue is awesome. I mean, it looks beautiful out there. Like it's like 75 sunny, palm trees, green courts, doubles. You almost had Annalie and Ben go down. Anna Bright and Patrick Quinn played them pretty close. I mean, Hayden's a freak.
Yeah.
The way he moves on the court is just, yeah, especially because he's kind of a little guy. He's not very, I mean, he's, I don't know, 5'8", 5'9".
Shorter guy, tall aura, explosive feet.
Yeah, everything's, yeah, man. His feet, like just the way he moves, like I'm like, that's how I want to be out there.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, I like watched a lot of Ben John's doubles this week, and like he really is so freaking good, man. Like just like everything looks so effortless out there. Like his hands, the way he dinks, like he's just moving the ball around. He really has every shot. Like his drives aren't like special, but they don't need to be. And it's just, he really is just like a tactician out there. It's like, I've watched a lot more Ben John's pickleball than I ever had in my life this past week. And yeah, I mean,
I feel like if someone were to not know anything about pickleball and watch all the pros play, they probably if they watch all the pros play like 3 points each, they probably would not single out Ben Johns. But it's like he's so efficient that because it looks effortless, that's like where it's like that means even more rather than someone that's like got the flashy like super crazy athleticism or something, right? Like he is not wasting any energy or time or anything.
No. And that's like he's just like the way he moves out there, like it's just so efficient. Like it's crazy to watch.
The opposite of me on the doubles court, which I'm working on.
Kevin takes 10 steps for every 2 steps Ben Johns takes. But
yeah. Hey, footwork is a huge thing, and I'm telling you right now, like Dami Turkovic, a friend of mine, like a pro friend, she every time I saw her for the last like year and a half, I'd be like, "Oh, what are you working on for pickleball?" And she'd be saying like her footwork. I'm like, "You've been working on your footwork for like ever," and then like I just had this epiphany over the last like few weeks. I was like, gosh, I need to work on my footwork. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like texting her like, oh yeah, like no, like I'm realizing just how inefficient I am, and if I do like get in position, especially for my forehand dink a little bit earlier, it's like, okay, now my offensive options are like twice as effective and twice as disguised. So
Sure.
it's like, man, like
Hey man, footwork in racket sports is like the most important thing. Doesn't matter what it is. So
yeah.
What
Super
else? Women's doubles, Anna Lee and Anna Bright won. No surprise there. Beat the Kawamotos. Like the Kawamotos, they're fun to watch. They just make ball after ball after ball.
Yeah, you have to earn the match against them.
Yeah, they're crazy. There are a couple like resets. Just crazy how good they are. Yeah, men's singles. Chris Hayworth, who I tweeted this out. I think he's probably been the best singles player in the world for the last year and a half. I would say, yeah, last year and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that. But I do think now he's like at the peak of his powers. I think he's just playing better and cleaner singles than I've ever seen him play. Like I've talked a lot about like how singles is always going to have like more parity. But like I think he has a chance to like win 75% of titles this year, which I guess Federico did it last year. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like you have to have a very specific skill set to be able to beat Chris. Like if one wing is like slightly worse than the others, like Jack's Hawk played great yesterday in the singles final, and like Chris just found the back, and Jack's backhand's like improved tremendously. But like if Chris can isolate one wing, you know, you're in trouble. And he just, again, he had a lot of like, I don't think he lost a set the whole tournament, but I saw a lot of like, he was, you know, down 8-6 in 3 or 4 matches and just like didn't blink. Like, no, his ball striking's so good. He is pretty smart about when he moves forward. Super hard to pass the guy. You know, he just, yeah, he's playing on a different league right now, and it's fun to watch.
Dude, I didn't watch any like full matches or anything, but I watched a bunch of like Hayworth singles highlights, and literally every single point, his serve is like landing within inches of the baseline. I'm like, how are you doing this every
he's
freaking
nuking
time?
it. He's really stepping into it, and that's another thing. He's hitting his serve super well. He doesn't return and come in hardly at all, but he won't. I mean, if someone's willing to like sit back there at the baseline with him, which I think is just like moronic, like he hits effortless pace within a foot or two of the baseline every single time. Like,
Yeah.
almost never are you going to win a baseline to baseline rally against Chris. And so, like, but once he notices that someone else is trying to move forward, then he'll move in, and it's like, all right, like if anything's high, especially to the backhand, like the point's over. So
Yeah.
So look, I got to make my return. Yeah, Chris. I mean, it was only a matter of time. Like I said, I mean, he went a full calendar year without losing in rally scoring, which is like insane. And now he's got side out scoring and the ball and everything else. He's playing on a different level. Once again, good time to remind the lovely listeners of Cracked Paddles that he's never beaten me 2-0 against Chris Hayworth. So no, I wouldn't love my chances at this current moment. But I do think that I am the type of person who can beat him. Like, in order to beat Chris, you have to be very good off both sides. Like, I'm okay with hanging in baseline rallies, and you have to be able to pass well off both sides.
And hit good returns, which you also
you have to do everything.
Returns.
Yeah, you have to return well. I mean, you have to play really, really well and be just super aggressive with everything. Because, again, people who, like, cut their volleys and stab their volleys against Chris, like, if he gets a dead ball, if he gets a dead ball to play, he's going to pass you or hit the ball so hard that you're, like, off guard. You have to, like, play aggressive, like, heavy topspin volleys against him, and he'll miss occasionally if you do that. But
I saw a clip where Alshon literally tried to hit the cut volley short angle, and Chris got there and nuked one and hit him right in the shoulder.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. But yeah, he's playing incredible, super fun to watch. I'm just happy to get out there, and hopefully I can give the big guy a run for his money at some point. So
and the rest of the field.
And the rest of the field. Yes. Well, yes, no, but I think he is going to be number one sooner or later. So I'm coming for the top spot, Kevin.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing else. Anna Lee wins everything again. She's incredible. Big deal with Nike and Franklin, which is good for the sport, obviously, to have Nike get in the game. I think that, it's good for pickleball. Am I like convinced that it's like, I think there are a lot of factors there. Like Anna Lee is just super marketable. She's so dominant. She's young, I mean, a lot of factors go into something, a deal like that happening. But definitely not a bad thing for the sport.
I feel like any sort of headline that like gives further legitimacy to the sport of pickleball, and especially the pro side, it's good. And like, even Jimmy Kimmel like had a little bit about her signing with Nike, right? So
yeah. Oh no, yeah.
Or
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Wait. Jimmy Fallon. Sorry. Yeah.
Which is cool. So again, congrats to Anna Lee. She's made God knows how much money, and she's only 18 years old. So pretty incredible. And yeah, just her level of play still to go out there and back it up week in and week out is pretty special. So congrats to her. PPA's in Minnesota this week, which it's crazy because like Palm Springs was 85 degrees. It's literally like negative 15 in Minnesota. I'm actually like bummed because I love indoor pickleball, and these are like not rollout courts. Like I think it's like a legit indoor facility. So
nice.
Sad I won't be there, but hopefully only another tournament or two, and then I'll be back out there with everybody. But anyway, that's what's going on in the pro world. Alrighty, guys, we got the Australian Open on for all you tennis players out there, which is a good time for us to bring up our title sponsor, Midwest Racket Sports. MidwestRacketSports.com. They're the home for all of your needs, tennis and pickleball, maybe even padel. Padel is exploding, Kevin. MidwestRacketSports.com. Great deals on shoes, paddles, bags, great demo program. They're friends of ours. Their shipping is always on time. I always get my shoes from Midwest Racket Sports. You can use code CP15. Get yourself the Crack Paddles hat. Get yourself that new paddle for your girlfriend. Valentine's Day's coming up. Get her that new outfit too for Valentine's Day. MidwestRacketSports.com. We can't thank them enough for partnering with us. CP15. Nothing better for Valentine's Day than a new pickleball paddle.
Or some pickleball shoes. I mean, I get my shoes from Midwest Sports, and dude, I am shocked at how fast they ship normally. Like I get those things in like a couple days. I'm like, whoa, like it's pretty fast.
To be fair, you live in Cincinnati, and I think their headquarters is in Columbus, but or something that could explain. Why. But who knows? Maybe even if you're in California, it'll happen. But anyway, we love our guys in Midwest Sports. MidwestRacketSports.com. CP15.
CP15.
Check them out. We want to talk a little bit about the state of pro pickleball, Kevin, where we're at as a whole.
Yeah, and really, this is from the perspective of basically all the pros or aspiring pros that are not currently signed to a PPA contract. Where do you play? Like, that's really the genesis of this thought in this next section is like, okay, if you do not have a PPA contract, 1, do you want to chase one? 2, do you go to other tours? Like, what do you do? And I feel like in the past, it was like, okay, well, if you either can't get a PPA contract or if you don't want one, go play on the APP tour and like go and start playing like international tournaments or whatever. That's like another option. But now it's like, okay, the APP has fewer events. They used to have a prize money bonus where you would get 100% bonus at the end of the year if you played enough tournaments. They've reduced that to 50% bonus, which is a pretty sizable change. They are increasing the base prize money by 15%, but the 50% versus 100% bonus is a pretty big gap. So in general, it's like, okay, they seem to be investing in these like long-term player agreements with a select few players. And it's like, okay, well, if you're just going to do agreements with certain players similar to the way that PPA does contracts, like how are you differentiating yourself from the PPA? Again, like I don't run the APP, I don't run the PPA. Like I'm just speaking as someone that loves to compete and wants to find pro competition. Like for me, it's like, okay, I don't know if putting all my eggs in the APP basket's really worth it anymore. And they've even said like, hey, like you should like try and expand your brand to players. Like they've told players like you should expand your brand elsewhere as well. So, I mean, I'm going to be adding like PPA challengers to my tournament list. I mean, maybe a couple of like full on like PPA tournaments. The only issue with those tournaments are that they're usually progressive draw. They take like a lot more PTO. So that's like, okay, well, if you don't have a super flexible job, like it's really hard to do like the full thing. And then once you get high enough in PPA rankings, you can't play them anymore. So it's like you can't play qualifiers anymore. So it's like, okay, like it's really starting to feel like if you don't want to play full-time pickleball, where do you compete? Like that's kind of like my biggest thing. And challengers on the weekends are great. APPs, if they're like convenient, you have some PTO, they're fine. And then there's like brick wall is rising in popularity, I feel like. So that's like a lot of high level players are signing up for all those brick wall tournaments. And then just like money balls. But going internationally, some people have that option, some people don't. Like from a money and time standpoint, it's getting increasingly complicated. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that if you are trying to be a professional pickleball, like if you're like, I want this to be my job, I want this to be whatever I do, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that, earning a PPA contract and building your brand is the way to go if you're looking to do it full time, which is like what I'm trying to do. Now, I'm still working. I'm still, you know what I mean? I have a PPA, I'm playing on the PPA tour. But like, you can kind of piecemeal it together other ways. Like, and again, like it's very hard to have a full-time job and play 20 some odd events a year. It just is, I love the robust schedule. I would rather have it be robust than have like no tournaments for 3 months, to be honest with you. But yeah, if I were someone who just loved to compete, it would come down to like cost and like convenience to me. I mean, to put it simply, like, look, Casey Diamond and Spencer Lanier, and Tanner and that, whatever, like, they put, if you live in South Florida, you got an opportunity to win $1,000 every week. I mean, there's so many money balls and stuff like that down there. You could make money doing money balls. I think the PPA Challengers has been great because of, again, the competition. If you're, you do have the opportunity to like grind out a full slate and try to compete for a PPA contract. But again, just, it's on the weekends. You don't have to take PTO, maybe a day. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, I mean, APP, I think is still like, you can go out there and compete. There's obviously tons of like great players who are playing APP. Will it be around in a couple of years? I don't know. I don't know the answer to those questions.
Well, the real question is, will any pro pickleball be around in
sure.
5 to 10 years? Like,
sure.
Because at the moment, I've heard rumors that both tours are losing money. And, this is an investment period for pickleball still. Like, not everything is super established, so it makes sense. Like, everything's very growth oriented. But
sure.
How is that all going to pan out? Nobody knows. But my counterpoint to your, go get a contract. Getting a contract is not equal to making a living off of pro pickleball.
No, it's not.
And especially once these 2023 Tour War contracts age out, like I think most of them were 3 years. Once they age out sometime in 2026, there's going to be a lot of people that used to be on salary that are no longer on salary and now have to win prize money. But the prize money, unless they're on like the highest tier grid there's like 3 different tiers of PPA prize money. It's a little bit confusing, but unless you're on like the best one, you got to be like consistently getting the round 16 or quarters to really make a living. And if you're not doing that, but you have a contract, like 50 to 60 other people are outside the top 20, but have a PPA contract.
Yeah, no, you're not going to be
for sure. Yeah, you're not going to be making a living. So it's like, I don't know how many contracts there are. That was just a general number, but
right.
That's kind of where it's confusing of like, okay, like professional tennis, like on the ATP and the WTA, like the expenses are higher, the winnings are higher. So it's kind of like the risk and the reward are higher. But even then, like only 100 men, 100 women, or 120 men and women like are making a full-time living. Like, and pickleball is obviously much smaller right now. So it's like, okay, I guess like without those 2023 contracts, would there be about 30 players, 30 men, 30 women making full-time living from pro pickleball? Like that kind of doesn't seem that unreasonable given like how
I think that's about right too, and that's what I've said. It's like, pickleball players, I think, there's going to be a lot of soul searching players are going to have to do in the next year or two, stuff like that. How am I going to make this work? There's going to be a bigger focus on social media. You got to be more attractive to brands. But again, what I've said, to your point, 100 people maybe on the women's and men's side earn a living playing tennis. Okay, tennis at this moment, I don't know the exact numbers. I can tell you that professional tennis generates however many X amount of dollars than professional pickleball. And that's no shade to the professional pickleball.
Yeah, it's early.
It's in its infancy. It's still pretty localized to the U.S. and, Asia, right? Like Australia, okay, whatever, but it's still nowhere near. So I think that number is probably about right. Again, the Tour Wars contracts money just skewed everything. Like, I would love to see where we would be at had that never happened. I really do, because I think it gave a lot of people the impression that pro pickleball is like this gold mine, which it is not. In fact, for most people, it's the opposite. Not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you're a top pro and you can market yourself well, and have big results, you can make a good living doing it. Yes, but that number is very, very small. And so, I think for a minute there, and I know lots of these people that are like, I'm going to be pro, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, you're just going to spend lots of money and and that's fine too. Like, that is totally okay. But I think it's good for people to have like a clear perspective on the whole thing,
Right.
Because
being pro level and being a pro are two different things, right?
Things.
Like, you can compete in the pro division, get some wins, and sometimes get some money, but enough money to, outrun the expenses. There's got to be other sources of income.
Yeah, and so look, like, that's always been my biggest thing, which is what I think. And again, I'll sound like a PPA shill here, but like,
that's why I'm here.
The PPA adds a legitimacy to your brand. It just does. All right. Like, and I'm sure Kwong was doing fine in Vietnam and everything else. But the reality is, at this current juncture, nobody gives two hoots if you win the Super Duper Open. And they just don't. Okay. And I will go back to Chris Hayworth. He went an entire calendar year without losing a singles match, and no one cared. Nobody ever talked about it.
Including winning a PPA, by the way. He won a PPA tournament during that calendar year where he went undefeated.
Yeah, and that got way more publicity than his. So, again, what I'm saying is, like, my philosophy has always been this, okay? PPA is where majority of the best players play. The events are the best. They feel the most professional, the most legitimate. And if I am able to, become a top 5 singles player, become a top 20 to 25 doubles player, even top 30, like, whatever, like, I will have a platform to succeed, like, from a financial standpoint, and that's just the reality. Like, if I were top 5 in the APP in singles, doesn't really mean anything. Like, not really, anyway. Like, if I'm coming to a big paddle brand, and I'm like, I'm number 3 on the APP tour versus, hey, I'm number 3 on the PPA tour.
Well,
it's just that. Well, sure, but I'm just saying.
I don't think anyone's questioning that.
No. I'm just saying, like, that I think is the biggest. I think that is PPA's biggest draw, is like the platform that you're provided. Now, what is the actual, like, real value of that platform? I don't know.
I think what it comes down to is the fan base needs to keep growing, and it's how can people grow the fan base, right? Like, that's right. What it comes down to. But growing the fan base around the best players is like getting all of the best players together is, like, in the interest of, like, growing the fan base, right? Like,
right. And look, I mean, I know lots of APP people that have maybe not lots, but a decent amount of pros who make this their full-time job. Like, it's not a huge number, but it's a number.
Anyway.
There are. So I don't know.
At the end of the day, it's going to be very interesting to see in 2026, does the number of registrations, both pro and amateur, increase or decrease on all of these tours, and for all of these money balls, and for Brickwall, and for Kappa. Like, there's a Moneyball tournament in California that happens like 1 to 3 times a month.
Oh, I know. Drake Palm, exactly. Like, Drake Palm, Zach the Redhead.
Yeah. I was asking someone, and they're saying that like they get like 500 to 700 registrations across all the divisions, amateur and pro. I'm like, that is so many people that just love pickleball and are willing to compete every single month. Like that's awesome. And like, we don't have that everywhere in America, let alone the globe. But like, as if that can be achieved everywhere, oh yeah, the fan base on all these pro tours are going to go up, right? Like, might go up more on some than others, but that's only going to kind of solve this whole like, where does the money come from, and like where do the pros deliver their value, right? If they're in front of more eyeballs, then there's going to be more value for brands. There'll be more value for TV deals or whatever, right? Like, so it'll just be interesting. Just want to clock that of like, if you're a pro or aspiring, if you're pro level but not a full-time pro, or you're an aspiring pro, it's like, where do you even like play? Like, I think it's going to be a ever-changing landscape, but especially now.
Yeah, no, I agree. And again, like you and I both want the sport to grow. We want the pro game to succeed. I think it's an uphill battle. It's a brand new. How many brand new pro sports leagues, in the last 50 years have come in and had success? Maybe zero. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like WNBA still losing money. I still think that gambling is a big shoe that eventually will drop. I mean, I thought that PPA was on Kalshi there for a little bit, but I think that was kind of a disaster. Kalshi's kind of trash anyway. Poly market, I mean, all that, don't even get me started on the poly market stuff. Like I'm like, my Twitter algorithm is like all these people that are just like on the internet allegedly making like hundreds of $1,000s a month, and I'm just like, what am I need to freaking figure something out here.
It's not my area of expertise, so I'll leave that to you.
No, but it's like you can literally bet on, like, dude made like $100,000 betting there, like, will someone audibly fart in the like speech, like Trump's speech, and like they bet no, and it's like it's just stupid. The whole thing is dumb. The dumbification of America, Kevin.
All right, well,
moving on. We'll move on.
All right,
listen, we want pro pickleball to succeed. That's what we'll say. The Crack Palace podcast, we're a pro pickleball pro, but yeah, it ain't a gold mine. Okay, it's not a gold mine, folks.
I just think the fan base, the fans are the heart of the machine, right? Like,
yes,
that's where it has anything to get more people watching more often, more frequently, or more people. Like, that's literally like that needs to be the goal. And I'm not a genius. I don't know what it takes, but I just have my complaints for the complaint box or questions, really. So I know, more opening the conversation.
Last thing I'll say, and I had a conversation with like a bunch of my friends that I hadn't seen in a while this weekend, and they're like, "You're like a star. Are you like making tons of money?" I'm like, "No," but I was like, I was having serious conversations with them about like the pro landscape and my hopes and all that. Mm-hmm. But I was like, if the number one player in the world walked into a pickleball facility, there would maybe be a handful of people that would recognize Ben John straight away.
No way. In a pickleball facility, they will recognize
Ben Johns, yes. But Ben Johns, yes. If Jaume Martinez Vic walks into a pickleball facility, 5% of the people in there are going to know who he is.
Okay. Kyle Kazuda walks into a pickleball facility. How many people know who he is?
The same percentage as Jaume Martinez Vic.
Nah, I think higher.
5%.
I think higher.
You think higher?
I think significantly higher.
Tanner Pickleball? Yeah, maybe more Tanner Pickleball probably. I feel like the oldies love Tanner.
I don't know.
I feel like the old demo, they love him. But that's my point though, okay, Banner Annalee goes there, but like if Dekel Bar walks into pickleball euphoria in Louisville, how many people are like, that's Dekel Bar? Not very many, that's the problem. So
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that changes. That's the goal. Hopefully more eyeballs, more fans, more content. So I think hopefully we can always help with that. New Year resolutions. It's New Year resolutions, right? Not New Year's resolutions.
That would make sense.
Okay.
New Year resolution. New Year's resolution.
Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Perfect.
Well, I have one that I'm not really going to talk about, but it's a very important thing that I'm going to
do your rehab.
What?
Do your knee rehab?
No, it's just like a wellness thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, for me, like, I think the biggest thing is to work really, really hard. Like, I'm moving to Florida in 2 weeks, and like I want to take full. I've always been like, I don't have anyone to practice with. Like I practice 3 times a week. That's why I suck at doubles. Like that's been me, and it's been true. But I'm about to be living 25 minutes from replay, and assuming anyone will ever practice with me, which maybe they won't, but I'm gonna have an opportunity to really try to skills max. We'll say that everyone's. I hate the whole. Have you ever heard the term looks max? Anyway, I need to get off Twitter. I've been on my phone doing nothing for 2 weeks, Kevin. Forgive me. Anyway, I will have the opportunity to drill with pros, to practice against, play singles with Federico before a tournament. You know what I mean? Like, so that is like my biggest goal is like take advantage of this opportunity. You're going down to Florida. You're going to be in the Mecca. Like, put your all into this. See how good you can get. Maybe you won't get any better at all. But like, I don't want to have any regrets about my pro pickleball career, especially with the knee and everything that's happened recently. So like, that's like I would say that's my main goal. Other than that,
Love it.
Keep being funny, treat everyone with respect, keep it 100.
Yeah. Things that you're already doing, want to keep doing.
Yeah, keep doing. But that's I would say my main goal.
Nice.
What about you?
I have front and back notes.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm not gonna bore you guys with all that.
Is that in Mandarin?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, but basically, one, learn Chinese. So that's going to be like journal in Chinese, which I have to cheat a lot and like Google Translate things. But practicing like producing the words in my head and putting them into my phone's journal, like that's helping a lot. Just journal a few times a week in Chinese. Replacing doom scrolling with Chinese videos on my algorithm. So, whenever I'm like scrolling randomly, like at night or whatever, instead of like watching whatever random stuff,
capybara videos.
I've literally like successfully like Chinese learning or Chinese content creators or like foreigners in China, like sharing like language and culture and food. Like that's like a solid third to a half of my videos now.
Okay.
And, so that's been actually clutch. And then,
I like it.
Just call my mom more often so I can practice Chinese. So it's actually a good way to keep in touch.
Kevin's mom rocks.
Yeah.
Kevin's dad rocks too. Great parents.
They're both great. Yeah. 2, Kevin Dong Pickleball Academy. I'm trying my best. I don't know when or if, but I'm trying to do an online school. So that's a very, very preliminary idea.
And I'm going to be one of the singles coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that right? I want that spot.
Yeah. We're going to hopefully have a little module for that. I'm not sure if it's going to be as part of the release, but it might be an add-on. Like after the fact.
KDA, baby.
And just, KD PBA. And then,
okay.
And really the goal with that, like at the end of the day, I make a lot of content and it's a lot of like short form content for the most part. There's some long form videos on YouTube where it's like match analysis, match commentary, match analysis. But like I do a lot of like, 10 to 60 second, haha, he. I might have learned a little bit, but for the most part, I'm just entertaining people. And the goal with the KD PBA would be like, okay, here's like a course and material to actually like give you a bigger impact on your game and like help you grow. So that's kind of the reason for that. And the last but not least is just health. Like, just, hey.
Yeah, same. That's, like, just like, overall.
Yeah. Sweet tooth been out of control during the holidays, all right? Like,
I went to Graders this week.
Right. Like, let's start limiting the desserts. Like,
yeah, I'm starting to look like, I don't know who, Humpty Dumpty. I'm like losing it. I'm like one of those people that if I don't like sweat during a day, like I feel like my brain doesn't fire, like, and I haven't sweat in like weeks. And like the first week of like sitting around here, like just doing nothing was like great, like watch Star Wars and Harry Potter and just whatever. But like towards the end of last week, like I'm starting to go crazy. So, and I mean, I'm just like every night my mom's like, do you want pizza again? I'm like, yeah, I guess. And I'm like, all right,
some ice cream.
Literally, she's like, I just got new Bluebell. I'm like, all right, mom. Like,
that's what it was. Okay, not Mayfield, it's Bluebell. Okay.
Yeah, Bluebell. So I'm like, man, I gotta get back on it. So overall health and wellness, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like keeping. So I, fortunately, I didn't tear a meniscus or anything, knock on wood, but my patella tendonitis has returned. So Basically just trying to completely turn my calves, hips, quads, shins, ankles, all that into iron, bulletproof material, hopefully. So, but doing a lot of like rehab, prehab routines and stuff, to try and like strengthen things that should be strong enough to withstand playing doubles pickleball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not the most efficient mover, but like, guys, like I'm not playing like college tennis anymore. It should be like I should be able to like function without like having the huge wear and tear injury.
Man. Pickleball, people, especially like doubles, especially for me too. Like I don't know, like the constant lateral movement, like it's harder on your body than you think. Like
yeah, well, I'm feeling the effects.
Well, yeah,
but,
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I will say I do think like I was noticing that I feel like I'm jumping like higher. Maybe it's the victory insoles, probably not, but maybe. I don't know. But I literally think like I was like, man, like watching film back and stuff, I'm like, I literally feel like I'm jumping higher than I did 3 years ago before I started playing pickleball. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like
probably.
Yeah. Just like earning overheads, like all that stuff. It's like I'm jumping so much on a pickleball court. Like it's actually like I'm jumping vertically way more than I would in a tennis match.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But yeah, lateral movement too. But yeah,
for sure. Well, all that stuff is good, Kevin. We hope you guys, whatever your resolutions are, they're off to a good start.
And if you made it this far in the podcast, please share one resolution in the comments. Just let us know what you're working on. We would love to hear it.
And we'll work together.
Exactly.
All right, Kev. Well, anything else? I know you got. What's next for you, competition wise?
So as long as my knees make it through the rehab, like I'm playing every other day right now, and then on the off days I'm doing my rehab workouts. But as long as it all recovers by February 1st, I'm playing in the Midwest Brick Wall Tournament. So speaking of the,
who are you playing with?
Pro Landscape, playing with Eric Gettler, and he is an up and comer in Cincinnati. He has been playing for a few years, but I feel like, especially in the last year and a half, this dude has spent so much time on a pickleball court, like just drilling, playing, just like getting reps in, and he's never been bad. It's just that like he's really, really taking his level to just a whole nother stratosphere. Like his hands are insane. He crashes really well. So looking forward to playing with him and see how we do against like the pro competition in Chicago.
Heck yeah, man, that'll be fun. So when you say that, it's February when?
February 1st.
Oh, okay. So coming up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I don't know. Again, I'd say Mesa, which is February 16th, is a long shot. I'd like to go out there because I love Arizona and it's a cup, so worth more points, but probably a long shot. Houston Challenger might be something that I'll do if the knee feels good in the coming weeks. That's like the 5 days later. Again, I have family in Houston. It's a flight from Fort Lauderdale to Houston is like $30, which is crazy. I don't know why, but it is. So like anytime that I'm like, all right, maybe that makes sense. Other than that, like March will be hopefully a busy month for me. Tournaments in Newport Beach, Dallas, and then Utah. So never been to Utah.
What's your move-in date to Florida?
I drive to Florida next Friday. So
nice.
I'll move in on Saturday, start work on Monday, and just go right into training, practicing, see if any of those chopsticks down at Replay will play with me. I don't know if anybody will buy. Who knows what it's like down there. I'm not sure.
Why are they chopsticks? What they're all twigs?
I don't know. I don't know. Drumsticks, chopsticks. Everyone's always just at Replay all day, every day, and Uncle AC's coming to town. Maybe somebody will drill. Maybe somebody will drill with me, Kevin. I don't know.
Hopefully,
I'm excited.
I would.
Though. I know you would, but unfortunately, you're in Cincinnati. You know what? And I also just like the weather. I'm so over this cold, man. Like I'm so over it. I can't. I've become such a weenie when it comes to the weather.
You just go outside as a cold plunge for a little bit, like.
I can't do it, man. Like I said, I've said this on the pod before, but like waking up doing something you don't want to do when it's 75 and sunny is just way easier. When it's not, like I'm like I don't even want to shave. Like I just want to I don't want to do anything. My feet, like. Also, I'm in the basement, and this basement gets so cold. Like my feet are frozen. I got a space heater from Amazon. But yeah, that's all I got, Kev. So yeah, guys, we are gonna. I know it's been we haven't been super duper active, but we're gonna try to be on a little more of a regimented schedule. Obviously with my knee and the light schedule and the holidays and everything, but hopefully we're gonna start giving you guys new episodes every week. We'll get a few more guests going on here soon.
Yeah,
and thanks for rocking.
Wait, and one preview, I totally forgot. Someone in Cincinnati gave me this huge list of questions for tennis players converting over to pickleball. There's a lot of skills that don't translate or actually translate in a detrimental way. So maybe next episode we will go through this list. Yeah,
sounds good to me.
All right.
Thanks to our listener there. Gave
to Anna.
Anna, appreciate you.
All right, next time.
All righty, guys. We'll take care. Hope your new year's off to a good start. Thanks for rocking with us.
Thanks, guys.
Ciao.
And gals. Bye.
So that's not a little bored. That sucks. Life's tough. Last thing I need is more stuff. It's true. I need a little more time with you and more rose with my lunch. One piece of